Hello and welcome to Community Forum. On this episode of the program, we'll take a look at 3 communities, 2 in Lagos State and 1 in Ogun State. Now, these communities have embarked on various self-help projects, but these projects have not been able to help them solve the problem. Welcome to the program. I am Sarah Ayeku. Residents of Mowe, a town in Ogun State, are complaining about what they describe as the uneven distribution of power in their communities. They are seeking the intervention of the Minister of Power and Governor Dapo Abiodun to tackle the uneven distribution of electricity and unfair billing. Bustling community situated along the busy Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. Due to bad road infrastructure and what the community describes as an inequitable distribution of electricity, the community is gradually becoming an unsafe destination for businesses. These are residents of Egu, Oguru, Abare and Adeso in Mowe Obafemi Owode local government area of Ogun State. They are here to send a strong message to Ibadan Electricity Distribution Company.
What we are fighting for is an end to injustice, an end to inequity in the distribution of power in our community. We want an end to outrageous billing. What we consume is what we want to be paying for. We don't want to pay for owó ọmọgọ̀.
Kò síná, kò sí ọ̀nà. Àràn wọn, à ń bẹ̀ wọ́n kó wá bá wa ṣe. Ká máa wo ná lẹ́yìn ìkùlé ilé wa kí ná máa tàn kí ó jẹ́ pé nínú ilé tiwa a ò rí ná. Èyí lè dájà, ó lè dá wàhálà sílẹ̀.
I'm using this medium to appeal to you. Please help us in Adeso. Help us in Mowe, help us in Oguru, help us in Abare, help us in Egu. We are in that place.
Speaking on behalf of 300 affected community development associations, Chairman Adeso CDA highlighted the need for a mass distribution of prepaid meters to residents who have paid since last year.
For many years prior to 2011, Mowe as a whole were in the forefront of conceptualization, designing and building of very initial efforts which crystallized the dream to bringing electricity into Mowe and environs from Abeokuta to Kobakpe and most data to Okearo 33 kVA station and the injector station. This community play key and critically role which facially resulted in lighting up Mowe. Everything here from building substation, planting of posts, running cable network, maintenance of substation are all through self-help. Added to this is the unwillingness by Abidec to bring fair deal arrangements to mass distribute prepaid meter to all parts of Mowe, whereas Abidec continues to favor some community against the other community.
Many of these residents moved in droves from Lagos to settle in Ogun State, where rents are relatively cheap. Now it seems they may have made a mistake.
I own a dry cleaning shop and the business has been on for more than 10 years now. I've been running the business with my family. It's actually a family business. We've been on and doing and like that. It pays bills. But recently, like a year and 6 months ago, we've not been enjoying it because business has been down, and it has been down due to NEPA, due to lights. I've not been enjoying the lights. I can't run the business without light. Even if I decide to run on generator, I have generators, I have diesel generator. It costs me more 6 or 7 years ago. Because of the profit I make from the business, I open another one along Adeson Road, not far from here. But recently, when there is no light, nothing. I've not even been coming to this shop for more than a year now. It has not been going on well because there is no light. Everything is going dead. People that have been helping me to work, they've all gone because I could not pay their salary.
Refrigerators have turned into wardrobes. This trader has severally repaired it, with hopes electricity will be stable. But now she has abandoned the business and she's gradually switching to menial jobs to make ends meet.
They
have only given us light twice this year. I could remember when Nigeria was praying last week and they took the light after 3.
The most annoying things about it is, at the end of the month, you will just see outrageous bill. They bring bill that cannot be commensurated with the light you are using.
Just like this hotel, most businesses have more than one generating set.
The situation about the electricity here is so bad because it's affecting our business in many ways, most especially when we have lodgers. We on the lights by 5 o'clock in the evening and till the following day. So at times if we have just a lodger or
the inadequate allocation of energy obtained from the transmission company of Nigeria, but there are plans to get more supply from other power generating stations.
The allocation we are getting from the TCN is not enough most of the time to cater for the populations in Mowe Ibafo. Mowe Ibafo require more than 20 megawatts, 20 to 30 megawatts, and we've been allocated 13 megawatts. So sometimes we do what they call local load shedding to let those people enjoy power supply. Nevertheless, the IBDC is looking for several ways to satisfy the people in Mowe Ibafo by exploring bilateral agreements with IPP, independent power producer, that will be able to bridge the gap of insufficient generations from the national grid. However, as well, the federal government also have an agreement with JICA, Japanese International Cooperation Agency, to establish a TCN project that will move the supply closer to Mowe Ibafo. They are planning to have a transmitting station, a TCN station at Monte of Fire and also behind the Dream, Simawa, so that we'll be able to serve those people in that area better.
Back here in Lagos, residents and business owners in the Maidan area of Ishari Local Council Development Area of the state are sending an SOS message to the Lagos State Governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, and the State House of Assembly. They're asking the governor to build a bridge that will help them access other communities within the Agility-Maltov area of the state.
Early as 8, and even when they are coming back from school also, numbers of children queuing up from, you would even see them queuing up from
every. Most times when there is an accident on major highways, concerns are raised about the menace of articulated vehicles parked indiscriminately and obstructing the free flow of traffic. But little is said about the activities and damage caused on roads and power infrastructure within gated communities in Lagos. In this next report, we met with residents of 4 CDAs and Ejigbo LCDA, where the activities of trucks and sand sellers are endangering lives and crumbling businesses. This is an unusual scene in Ashamu Swamp Community Development Area, a sprawling community in Ejigbo LCDA. The placards may be conveying their grievances, their fallen faces, and massive turnout from Ashamu Swamp, and 3 other communities tell us there is more to the story.
This is Ashamu Swamp. It's made up of 4 CDAs in Ejigbo Bokno LCDA. These 4 CDAs came together to open up this road on their own. This road links to Agor Palace Way. This road leads to Festac. This road leads to Ejigbo, going backward, and Ketu and environs. So we've been on this road trying to develop the road because of the nature of the road, because it's on a swampy area. But we found out that sand sellers who bring in sand all the way from Ikorodu, other parts of Lagos State, come to dredge at a canal which is linked at the end of Divine Community. There's a community named Divine Community which has an access to the canal which leads to Ejigbo. These sand sellers come together, dredge there, and you see big trailers, tippers coming to carry this sand out of this area, Going by our own vehicles, which we have our SUVs, our saloon cars, we've been managing the road. But because of the heavy duty vehicles that ply this road, you find out that we cannot maintain the road any longer.
This is a peaceful protest. No matter what happens at the end of the road.
This peaceful protest is the latest effort to get the attention of the government after previous engagements with the LCDA and sand sellers failed. The bone of contention for parties involved is the reconstruction of roads damaged by articulated vehicles.
They sell sand at the bank of our canal, and some trucks come here to patronize them from far and wide, and they go through this, our community. The sand sellers are outside of our community. They don't belong to any of these communities that are affected.
The communities allege the sand sellers have refused to repair the damaged road or pay any maintenance levy. And when they contributed monies, authorities of the Ejigbo LCDA stopped them from embarking on the project.
Working up to this very hour. And they are applying on other road, they are paying 4,000 naira.
I never knew whether they are collecting 4,000 or whatever. What I went against that day was that, one, there should be no street gating. The law of Lagos government is very clear that if you must gate your street, you must put a personnel to it. So if you are not using that street gating to collect toll, on what basis? On what basis? Mr. Chairman cannot come here and play a double role here. You cannot come here to praise me and come here to rubbish me down here. You cannot come here to tell me Mr. Chairman has not done anything. I have not started the operations. When you know there are empirical facts before the police, before other security agencies, that I came to your community on a whole day and I put a stop to all operations. You cannot come here and start telling it, and start saying this one before the pressmen. I am being shocked, but my stand is still, we have got to the level of the state government. Let the state government intervene. Let's wait for the state government intervention.
Thank you so much.
These residents are seeking intervention from the state government. They're also asking the sand sellers to take responsibility for the maintenance of the road within the communities. Well, that wraps it up on this episode of Community Forum. Don't forget you can watch this episode previous to subsequent episodes on our YouTube channel. You can also follow us on all of our social media platforms. Talk to us about what you want the government to do for you and your community. Many thanks for watching. I am Sarah Yeku. I'll see you next time.